Let's transition from the backcourt to the front court. We talked about Cade Cunningham. Now let's look at another dynamic freshman in Evan Mobley out of USC. Tim, this dude is a masterpiece of a basketball player at this stage of his career right now because he does so much. And starting off, he does it with defense. Get that out of here. Give me that. What do you love from his game?
Everything. I think he's a generational talent. And when I watch him, I see a lot of Greg Oden from a defensive standpoint, averaging around 3 blocks a game. And, you know, I played against Greg when he was a freshman at Ohio State and I was at Northwestern. And I remember shooting and then he would jump. And then I was like, yo, where'd the rim go? Like he was that dominant. And that's what I watch with Mobley. I mean, he stands out so much on film just from the 7'5" wingspan. And look how he runs and finishes. I never saw Kareem play. I never saw Bill Russell play in their prime. But this is kind of what I imagine, Cam.
Yeah, especially with Bill Russell because he blocks shots and then keep the ball in play and score on the other end. And give me the remote control, the video game control emoji, because that's what I feel like when I'm watching Evan Mobley. Like I created him on 2K or even for my old heads out there, NBA Live. Right? I feel like I created him and I'm having him do anything on the court. But this block here, Tim, is something that humans shouldn't be able to do, right? So look where he leaves his spot. And that's from the block area to make this block. Again, he's 7 foot, but he has a 7'5" wingspan. And that's where all of that comes into play for this block.
Yeah, he's the new age Patrick Ewing. Meaning he doesn't have that same physicality as Patrick did at Georgetown. He didn't have that same physicality at maybe David Robinson or Hakeem Olajuwon going old school. But you see that athleticism, and then he can guard. The way the game has gotten so nimble, so athletic, pick and rolls, he's great at getting it on pick and roll lobs like on this play. And then the wherewithal to be like, all right, this play is over. I just dunked it on Arizona. How do I get back involved? There it is, the steal. I think he's the top pick of the draft. I would have a hard time passing up on him, Cam.
You know what, Tim? I can't disagree with you. If I had the choice between Evan Mobley and Cade Cunningham and the way the game is played now, I might have to side with Mobley a little more than Cunningham unless Cunningham just goes crazy for the remainder of the season. But here's a name that's currently in the league, and we've thrown out some great big men, Patrick Ewing, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell. How about Anthony Davis? Anthony Davis is a name that runs through my mind when I watch Evan Mobley, especially on this situation here. You talk about today's NBA and how the game is played. If you're a big, you have to be able to shoot the basketball. So give me the bag emoji. Give me that, because Mobley's going into his bag, and we're looking at the offensive side of his skills that he brings to the court. Spaces himself out, and that jump shot is pure. That shows that he's worked on his mechanics.
Give me the eyes, the monkey with the hand over the eyes, because this is almost like, what am I seeing right now? Wait, this guy's got a 7'5" wingspan. He's 7 foot tall. He's blocking shots and guard pick and rolls. You shouldn't be allowed to do this. Like, this is like one of those things that's like, you remember you used to have the cheat code like in the game and like up, down, left, right, A, B, A, B, and all of a sudden you'd be on the last board of a game. Like, he's got the cheat code of basketball. Like, this is just flat out unfair when I watch him.
Yeah, especially with moves like this, man. I mean, this is maybe a couple of dribbles. We'll run it back and see how many dribbles it took him to get to the rim. And I'm a fan of this because when you don't waste dribbles or you don't waste movement, that means that you're a sharpened, focused player. And that's a couple of dribbles that he took just to get to the rim. He might be ambidextrous, or like Shaq and Charles and all those guys like to say amphibious, because he can score with that right or that left hand. And that bodes well with him and how he can build on his skills.
Yeah, I just think that the sky is the limit for him, and he's playing in the right era where if he came into the league back in the old days, let's be honest, guys like Rick Smits and Shaq, and I talked about some other centers of yesteryear when we were kids, like they would play bully ball against them because you see how young he is, you see that he's still growing, but the way the game is played now and maybe the lack of physicality at the next level, we saw James Wiseman make a pretty nice transition when he was healthy to the NBA. And I am very confident Mobley is going to be a big-time player immediately in this age NBA.
Well, Tim, he's going to be a big time player in the tournament. So, what do you think he'll be able to do when that kicks off?
I think he can get USC to the Final Four. And I know you got to stay up late to watch a lot of their games, especially if you're on the East Coast. But he is worth it because just watching the film and watching these breakdowns, there isn't anybody like him in college basketball. And I make the Greg Oden comparison. I make it on a defensive standpoint. Greg did not have the jumper. He didn't have the offensive package that Mobley has in his game. Blazers are still kicking themselves. They took Oden over Durant. Oh, that was not a great choice. Maybe the same thing here again. Mobley versus Cunningham. I would take Mobley at number 1.